Hey guys, if you're craving some good barbacoa, today we're making it right on the stovetop. Fall apart tender, packed with flavor, and of course we're making fresh tortillas, salsa, and pickled onions to go with it. So if you're ready, let's get started. We're going to begin by making our spice blend. Here I already have my pan set over medium-low heat. It's nice and hot. Into that we're going to add all of our spices that are always listed in the description box. Along with that, we're going to be adding 2 avocado leaves. And these ones, you will always find them in the Hispanic supermarket. Along with that, our 4 bay leaves. And we're just going to move them around and allow them to get nice and fragrant. So we're just going to give it about a minute. Okay, once you begin to smell them, they are done. So now we're just going to transfer it to our blender. Okay, now we're just going to pulverize until everything is nice and crushed. Okay, so now we're just going to open this. And here we're going to mix our 2 tablespoons of coarse salt. Just mix it together. Okay, and now that we have that, we can get ready to prepare our banana leaves. Okay, now for the banana leaves, you're able to find them at your Hispanic supermarket in the produce section. You can also substitute for parchment paper or foil, but this is going to give the barbacoa the earthy flavor, and it's also going to keep it nice and moist. So here I already give them a good rinse. Now we're just going to dry them out. And we're probably going to be using about two pieces, and they're very long. Okay, so once we have them, now we're just going to lightly toast them. Okay, so this process is going to enhance the flavor of the banana leaves as well as making them more pliable. You're going to see it turn color, and you can do it over electric or gas stove. All right, now for the meat, you're gonna wanna use a cut that's fatty as well as a few pieces that include bone. I'm using 5 pounds of chuck roast and 2 pounds of shank. So here we're just going to sprinkle our spice blend, and just make sure you pat it dry before you sprinkle it, okay? And make sure you get every side. Okay, now that we have our meat, we're going to allow it to sit for 1 hour or at least 30 minutes. Okay, and after 1 hour, we can now get ready to transfer it to our pot. Okay, so we're going to be steaming our meat. So to our steamer pot, going to add our water, add a little bit of salt, add a few avocado leaves, along with some bay leaves, garlic cloves, and a little bit of onion. Add your steamer rack, and here we're going to begin to wrap the banana leaves inside. So just place it on the bottom. Like that will prevent the water from going to the meat, as well as making it go around it. Just like that. Now we can begin to put our meat in there. Add a few rounds of onion, as well as some garlic and avocado leaves. Just like that. Add the rest of the onion, the garlic, and avocado leaves. So here we're just going to make sure that everything is nice and covered. So like that, all of the steam gets trapped in the meat, and it allows it to cook evenly. And here I'm just going to seal it with some foil. And of course the lid. Just like that, it's nice and secured. So now we can transfer it to our stove. We're going to set our stove over medium-low heat and allow it to steam for 3 to 4 hours. Okay guys, and while we wait, we can start to work on our pickled onions. So here in a small container, we're going to add our sliced red onions. And if you want to do this the night before, that will be even better. Just make sure that you add them all in a large container. Along with that, I like to add 1 habanero, but of course that's all optional. To that, add half a teaspoon of oregano. Make sure you wake it up by crushing it with your fingers. Like that. And just season it with salt, black pepper. And now for our liquids, we're going to cover it halfway with boiling hot water. Which is about half a cup. And the rest we're going to cover it with 1/4 of a cup of freshly squeezed lime juice, which is about 2 limes. Along with that, the rest we're just going to cover it with vinegar. And of course you can use even parts of just vinegar or lime juice, but me personally, I don't like the strong flavor of vinegar, so I like to divide it between the lemon juice and the vinegar. So now just leave it in there. And we're just going to allow our onions to sit while we wait. And they should turn into a beautiful purple color. And once they're done, they will look something like this. The longer they sit, the more brighter they get. But just make sure that you mix it, and here you can always taste it and just adjust it of salt. But just like that, we have our pickled onions. Okay, now to make the salsa, you're going to fully roast 8 tomatillos. You're just going to get them nice and charred all around. And this is the color that you want your tomatillos to turn, okay? You want it to be that pale green color. That's how it lets you know that it is done. So we're just going to move that one to the side. Okay, once all of our tomatillos have changed color, you can remove them from the heat. And here we're just going to lightly toast our garlic cloves. Okay, once they get a little charred, you can remove them. Now turn up the heat. And here we're going to toast our 4 chile puya. And chile puya are less spicy than chile de árbol. Just lightly toast them. As soon as you begin to smell them, they are done. Make sure not to burn them. And here we're going to do the same with the chile de árbol. So once they get a little black and you smell them, they're done. And now that we have all of our ingredients, we can get ready to take it to the blender. Okay, now to your blender, add the chile pods, the garlic cloves, 2 tomatillos, a little bit of chicken bouillon and salt, and 1/4 of a cup of water. And now you're just going to blend it until smooth. Okay, once that's nice and blended, open it and add the rest of the tomatillos. And you're just going to blend again into your desired texture. And just like that, we have our salsa. Taste it for salt and adjust it if needed. But now we're just going to transfer it into our bowl. Alright guys, to make our corn tortillas, it's super easy. All requires just 3 ingredients. So to our bowl, add 4 cups of instant corn masa. And the salt is all optional, but I like to add a little bit. Now using your clean hand, mix it together. And here, slowly begin to pour your warm water. You're going to roll a small ball of dough. And if you press it down, and it doesn't crack on the edges, that means that it has enough water. And if it does, it's still a little dry, so add a little bit more. You just want to knead it for about 5 minutes, just to make sure that everything is nice and kneaded. Now we're just going to cover it and allow it to rest for about 20 minutes. Alrighty guys, and after at least 20 minutes, we can now get ready for the fun part, and that's shaping our tortillas. So we're going to begin by grabbing a small ball of dough. And I like to make sure that I aim for 40 grams each ball of dough, so like that, all of my tortillas are the same size. And once you have it, make sure that it's still into a bowl. Now using your tortilla press and 2 pieces of parchment paper or a Ziploc bag cut in half, get the ball, put it in the center, just begin to press it down. Put the top piece, and now just press it down. Flip it over. And press it down again. And now we can get ready to remove it from the bag. So just pull it away from you, just like that. And at this point, you want your comal to be nice and hot. So once you have it, press it on your comal and allow it to cook 30 seconds per side. And then at the final one, just give it a press and allow it to puff. Alright guys, and once you cook your tortillas, keep them in a kitchen towel, so like that they stay nice and hot. And just like that, we have our delicious corn tortillas. Alrighty guys, so Amir has been cooking for 4 hours, so at this point he should be done. So just be very careful. And to remove the foil. And let me tell you that at this point your house should be smelling delicious. So at this point our barbacoa is done, so now we can get ready to serve. Alrighty guys, and once we have our barbacoa, you can always just shred it or chop it, but now we can get ready to make our delicious tacos. So grab your tortilla, we're going to grab our meat, and of course make sure that you remove all of the avocado leaves and the garlic. Going to squeeze a little lime juice, top it with some cilantro, of course our delicious salsa, and our pickled onions. Okay, so now we can get ready to enjoy. Okay, and now for the best part, the taste test. Now I hope you give this recipe a try and enjoy it just as much. Cheers and enjoy. The barbacoa, so moist, so flavorful. It's honestly the best. So good. Alrighty guys, and just like that we have our delicious barbacoa. I hope you guys had enjoyed watching this video, and as always, if you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you guys can be part of our family. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.